Hey everybody, welcome to the Ukulele Revolution. I'm Brooke, and you're watching a lesson for the Tracy Chapman song, Talkin Bout A Revolution, because we are talking about a revolution. So in this video, I will show you the chord shapes, the chord pattern you need for the whole song, some strum ideas, and then I'll play the whole thing with all the chords and the lyrics on the screen, and you can follow along with me if you like. We're playing in the original recording key, which is G. There's an official music video on YouTube. It's a live performance by Tracy, and in that video, she's using capo 1. So then that version is actually an A flat. If you want to play along with that version, you can use capo 1 as well, and the chords we learned today, and then it'll be in the same key as that version. There's a PDF for this song sheet. It's available in the member library or in the online shop, and you can check the caption for links to all of that stuff. I also have some chord variations and a bunch of alternate keys. This is a pretty simple song. It's one chord pattern for the whole time. So if you want to change the key, it's pretty simple to do. So I put a bunch of alternate keys in the caption and in the pinned comment. I think that's it. Let's get to learning the song. Okay, so for this song we have G, C, E minor. You can leave the G string open, and D. So for the whole song, we're going to play G for 2, C for 2, E minor for 2, and D for 2. So if we do that with just a down strum, it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, C, E minor, D, G, C, E minor, D. Don't you know, I'm talking about a revolution. It sounds like a whisper. So with this pattern, when we start playing with the strum patterns, it will divide up the change a little bit differently. But for just talking about the rhythm of changes in the chord pattern, we're going to say they have 2 beats each. If you're going to play with just a down strum, you can strum each one 2 times. When we get into the strum patterns, then we'll shift the rhythm a little bit. And we'll see that in a moment when we get to strums. Even though it's a pretty simple song, that's a lot of like really different chord shapes and big finger jumps, right? That's why the variations are nice. If you want to, you could replace E minor with E minor 7. So E minor 7 is the 2nd fret, the C string and the A string. You could substitute C major 7 for C. C major 7 is the 2nd fret, the A string. So let me give you a little example playing those 2 chord variations in the regular chord pattern. So I'll play G, C major 7, E minor 7, D. And it's just going to give it a little more like shimmer, I like to say, with these major and minor 7s. They add a little shimmer to chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, G. G, C major 7, E minor 7, D. Talkin Bout A Revolution. That brings me to strumming. We're playing in 4/4. We have a divided beat. That means the strum pattern is going to be a bit more simple. So we have island strum in the first line here, down, down, up, chunk, up. Or you can just play down, down, up, down, up. Or you can play down, chunk, up, chunk, up. You can make it as chunky or unchunky as you want to. On the second line, this is kind of a variation on island strum. It's going to sound a little bit more like the original track. So this is down, up, chunk, up, chunk, up, down, up, chunk, up, chunk, up. And then one of my favorite really simple strum patterns of all time, because it still sounds very rhythmic, even though it's very simple, the down, pat, down, pat. So we have down on 1 and the and of 2. And then you're going to pat, make a little drum beat on the 2 and the 4. All of these strums, we're going to change to the 2nd chord in each bar, the C or the D, on the and of 2. So I'm going to play all 3 of these in a row. I'll tell you when I'm going to change to the next one so you can see what they sound like individually and kind of back to back, how they sound different. 1, 2, 1, 2, island strum. Down, chunk up, chunk up, down, chunk up, chunk up, down, chunk up, chunk up, down, chunk up, chunk up. The second line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, chunk up, chunk up, 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 down, up, chunk up, chunk up. Okay, and And the last one, the down pat, down pat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and G, C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and people gonna rise up, take their share. This song's very straightforward. It's the same set of chords the whole time. What makes this song interesting is Tracy Chapman's phrasing. She reminds me of someone like Bob Dylan or Joni Mitchell. Maybe it's a folk songwriter thing. The phrasing is really unique to this singer, this writer. That said, I hope I can hit all of the phrasing right. It has a lot of musicality in it. It makes it a bit tricky. And in this song, she kind of mixes up parts a bit. So I tried to sort of organize it into like named sections. I have a part A and a part B. The part A is the don't you know? And then the part B is kind of a verse while they're standing in the welfare lines, et cetera, et cetera. There's the bridge. The bridge is the run, 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 run part. And then there's another part. I have a part C. There's a lot of there's kind of like 2 hooks or choruses in this. So I just named everything part A, B, C stuff. The part C is because finally the tables have started to turn. And then she kind of starts mixing up parts of the song later. But the anchor for us is the chord pattern. The chord pattern never changes. Cool. That's everything. I'm going to play the whole song and you can play along with me if you like. I'm going to start in the down pat, down pat. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, C, E minor, D. Down, pat, down, pat, down, pat, down, pat, down, pat, down. Yeah, let's go. Don't you know, talking about a revolution, it sounds like a whisper. Don't you know, they're talking about a revolution, it sounds like a whisper. While they're standing in the welfare lines, crying at the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know they're talking about a revolution? It sounds like a whisper. Poor people gonna rise up and take their share. Poor people gonna rise up and take what's theirs. Huh. Did you know you better run, 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 run. I said you better run, 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 run. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Talk about a revolution. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Talk about a revolution. Hold on. Talk about a revolution. While they're standing in the welfare lines, crying at the doorstep of those armies of salvation, wasting time, the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know they're talking about a revolution? It sounds like a whisper. Finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. Yes, finally the tables have started to turn. Talking about a revolution. Hold on. Talking about a revolution. Let's finish on a roar, yeah? Talking about a revolution. Hold on. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Thanks everybody for hanging out, making music with me, erasing the global vibration with your musical sounds. That's what it's all about, right? We're here to make some music and experience some joy and make music together and have more people around the world making more music and creating more. That's the whole point. Hope you enjoyed this lesson and play along. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to do the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that kind of stuff. And I will see you next time with another lesson or play along. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye. Okay, so for this song... what the fuck? Talking about a revolution sounds like... I'm hitting puberty. I'm going through puberty. Okay. Don't you know? That was weak. Don't you know? What? Wait. Poor people gonna rise up. My hair. And fix my hair. No, poor people are not gonna fix my hair. I'll fix my own hair. Thank you. Whisper. Poor people gonna rise up. No, blah, blah, blah. Did you know I'm the chords wrong. Revolution. Give me a second, kitty. Give me a second, kitty. I'm coming. Okay. Talking about a revolution. How did I mess that up? How did I fuck that up, kitty?